day, and my approach, what can I do to make things better for as many people as possible?
Don't know if you could hear that, but Bill Walton's approach to life every day. What can I do to make things better for everyone? The great Bill Walton passed away yesterday, Memorial Day, 71 years of age, battling cancer that apparently nobody knew about. Iconic figure in the lore. The number one Blazer, our only championship. The pioneer of peace, the gentle giant, Big Red, ambassador of Blazer Mania, beloved by every Blazer fan. Bill Walton dead. Ironically, on Memorial Day, and the same day that his beloved Pac-12 conference comes to an end, Bill Walton's life comes to an end. Memorial Day, ironically, in the fact that he was very outspoken against the wars, government, military. So, kind of weird. He passed away on Memorial Day yesterday. A little of his life: born 1952, La Mesa, California. Went to Helix High School, which is, you all know, Uncle Raz, one of my best friends. He's been on the show a few times. He went to Grossmont High School right next door. We're going to go into a couple Bill Walton stories, but he has a great one. I will get into that later. But most of my memories are him on the bench with a foot cast. Just career cut short. Blazers didn't do him any favors. Helix High, I believe he won a couple city championships, state. UCLA, 72, 73, 74 seasons. 20 points, 15.7 rebounds, and 5.5 assists a game. Part of that 88-game winning streak for the Wizard of Westwood, John Wooden. 86-4 at UCLA, 2 national championships. Lost the semifinals to NC State his senior year. 86-4 record. And as I said, 1977 NBA champion. First 3 years derailed by injuries, and people kind of poo-pooed him. He took a lot of shit. Kind of a dork when he went to Boston, especially. Kind of dorky, but just beloved and played the game the right way. A warrior on the court. Such a peaceful man off the court. Luckiest guy in the world. Great documentary, 30 for 30, if you get a chance. 77 NBA champion. 1978 NBA MVP. Played 60 games. Broke his foot in February and missed the playoffs. We would have gone back to back. We would have beat Seattle. We would have beat the Bullets. That year, 19 points and 19 rebounds a game. Bill Walton, when he was healthy. I just talked to my friend Todd Steele, his dad Steve. They had season tickets for 10 years. They bought them on the championship season. Went to every game. But he thinks he's the greatest basketball, college and pro basketball player pretty much ever. Just the way he played the game. Rebound, clear the board, outlet, run the court, play the game the right way. It's just a shame. It's a shame. Injuries just derailed. Portland, the medical staff and ownership, they weren't attentive enough to his injuries, I believe. Had to leave. Went to the Clippers for a couple years, didn't do much, and then huge part, 6th man of the year for the Celtics team that beat Houston in the 85-86 season. Yeah, he was a question authority, speak up, anti-establishment type of guy, and he dies on Memorial Day. Apparently fought a cancer battle that nobody knew about. He wouldn't want anybody to know. So, a couple stories. I'm going to make a couple calls to my friend Steve Meckers. We were in 4th grade when they won. We both had to go outside and we talked about it. So nervous, game 6, couldn't even watch. We knew we're not going back to Philly. Blazers won in 6 games. They lost the first 2 games and then won 4 in a row. They won at home in game 6. Bill Walton, Bobby Gross, Larry Steele, Dave Twardzik, Maurice Lucas, Corky Calhoun, Owens. What a team. So I'm going to call Steve. I'm going to call Mike Fitzsimmons from Tillamook. A couple Tillamook boys, hardcore Blazer maniacs. I'm going to start out, though. Like I said, most of my memories of Bill are pretty much on the bench with his bandana or with his headband and the long flowing red locks. But my friend Rick, or Uncle Raz, as you know him, been on the show, friend of the show. By the way, the Spirit of Sports, Brother Richie, coming at you live, Bill Walton Tribute Day. This is Tuesday, May 28th, day after Memorial Day. Bill Walton has passed away. But great story. So my friend Uncle Raz, friend of the show, he was probably 8 or 9 years old. This would have been 1970, 69. It was Walton's senior year at Helix High School. And so, you walk in every high school gym and the doors are on the baseline. And then you go to your seats, wherever they are. And he walks in the gym and he has a bag of plain M&Ms. And I wish he was here to tell the story. He has to work today. I've tried to get him to call in, but I'm going to tell the story for Uncle Raz. 9 years old, and it's a CIF, maybe championship game or playoffs. It's at Helix High School, right next door to where he grew up. And he has his bag of M&Ms, and he walks in the door, and the band is playing, and they're in their layup drill, and he just looks up, and there's Bill Walton. And he just, going to the end of the layup line, and just 6'11", and when you're 9 years old, and you're looking up, and he's just in awe. And he's on the baseline, right under the basket, looking up at Bill Walton, and here he comes for a layup, and he drops his bag. The band's playing, pregame. Drops his bag of M&Ms, and they scatter across the floor. Just as Bill Walton's coming in for a layup, pregame layup drill, slips on the NFL, bam! Whole gym goes silent. They just hear him fall, 6'11", crashing to the ground, gets up, limps over to the bench, played the game. But we joke that might have been the beginning of his medical hardships. That Uncle Raz spilled his plain M&Ms at Helix High School gym. Or it might have been at Grossmont, wherever. It was a high school gym just like any other. And just a kid in awe, looking up like this. There he goes, up for the layup. Just happened to be when Bill was coming by. And it saddens me that I didn't reach out sooner because he seems very approachable. I would have loved to have him on this show and just ask him if he remembered at Grossmont or at Helix, wherever the game was, that a kid spilled M&Ms and fell down and busted his knee, and that might have been the beginning. The beginning of the end for his health. Being a vegan doesn't help with your bones and your tendons. You got to eat some steak, got to eat a pork chop. But that's a great story. Uncle Raz, 9 years old, drops the M&Ms. So, I got a couple friends. Let's call them Meckers. See what's going on. Merc the Jerk. Steve Meckers. We grew up together in Tillamook. Hardcore Blazer fan. Blazer Mania, you don't understand. It took over the whole state. Signs everywhere. Blazer Mania.
Richie.
Steve Meckers.
Yes.
AKA Merc the Jerk, AKA Meek. You are.
Let me clean the TV down real quick.
Okay.
All right, I'm good.
Are you home?
I am.
Okay.
I just stayed home.
Oh, cool. Well, you are live, bro. The Spirit of Sports at Not Pods. We're going to talk a little Bill Walton.
Welcome. Yeah, I'm glad to join you there, Richie.
Yep. Thank you. In the middle of the Pacific Ocean. You're calling from Portland now, yeah?
Yep.
But
Blazer Mania area. So.
Blazer Mania. It swept the state. I was just talking about that a little bit, how amazing and what a great run that was.
Yeah, it was because, when we were younger, we watched teams that were, 30 and 52, if that.
Yep.
21 and 60.
Yep.
So it was quite a year, quite a collection of just coaching and getting the right pieces for that machine that just dominated that whole playoff.
Yeah. 78, if he didn't get hurt, we were 50-10.
50-10. He was also MVP that
MVP.
year.
We would have beat Seattle. We would have gone to the finals, and we probably would have beat the Bullets. Mini dynasty. Huh?
Who was in the East? Bullets.
Bullets, right. Sonics played back to back. Bullets won 78, Sonics
79.
Yep.
Yeah, and we would beat them, right? I was going to say that some of those guys that Walton played against, those centers like Unsell, like you said, and Webster and Sigma for the Sonics.
Yep.
Just that year.
Bill Lanier.
Yeah.
Kareem.
Lanier, Bob McAdoo.
Kareem.
Yeah, you got to have Kareem for sure.
Yeah.
Because, that was who he looked at UCLA. He was watching what Kareem did and going to be the next Kareem, I guess.
Yep.
In, Westwood.
He was 86-4 at UCLA.
UCLA.
88 game win streak. He lost his senior year. They lost to NC State in the semifinal.
You got good memory right there, Rich.
Well, I did a little research.
Who was that?
Notre Dame. Notre Dame broke the streak.
That's right. Kelly Trapuka days.
I believe maybe even before that.
Maybe.
Somewhere in there.
No, probably.
It was 74, so probably not even Trapuka.
Probably not even, yeah.
Bro, and I saw
I can't remember.
going through little research, I saw John Wooden at Poly Pavilion was 149-2.
Well, good luck ever beating that. I mean, that's dominance right there. And just the other opponents that come into Poly, that already right there, they have that. They look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Affect their performance. And it's like, and plus they were dominant teams.
Yeah.
They had the run for over a decade. It was just unbelievable. Something we were kids. I know you, Rich. You were at Gill Coliseum for a lot of those UCLA. OSU games.
Kiki Vandeweghe was my youngest.
Well, exactly. Before that.
Yeah. We beat Walton. The Ducks and the Beavers beat him one weekend. That was two of his 4 losses his senior year. I went through the archives. So
it was a nice Beaver win. Too bad that had to happen down in Eugene. I'd like to, maybe split in the state that year.
I know.
Just being
Can't stand them.
That's an incredible. That's what he's up. Walton's up there talking to John Wooden and Ramsey and Big Luke right now. You know, they're reminiscing about all this.
Yeah.
In my mind, you know.
For sure. Let's go back to game 6. You said, so you were at your house by East School.
I was. Yeah, I was in Tillamook, Oregon, watching that game. 10-year-old kid, just like you.
Any friends over?
No, just our family there.
Yeah, me
Sunday
too.
Afternoon, you know.
And we both had to go outside and shoot hoops. I rode the bike around. I was so nervous.
I know. I could not keep still. I was like, because, you know, during that game, we built a double-digit lead and we're rolling, you know, and I thought that we'd put the last nail in that coffin for the Sixers, and all of a sudden, in 5 minutes, it was tight, and I got nervous.
Yeah.
As well as you probably did as well.
And shitting pants.
Yeah. It was it tight. So yeah, you said every time out CBS, you know, I was shooting on outside and
yep.
Come back in, and yeah, it was
because we're not going back to Philly and win game 7 most likely.
That's right. We're not going back to Philadelphia because you know, that was our one and only chance to close it out in game 6, and you know, we're 2 points better than they were that day, and we're world champs.
Yeah.
And
our only one. That's why Bill's so beloved too. It's our only championship. Right. Clyde couldn't do it.
You know, his personality, you know, attracts people too. He's just that person that just draws people to him, you know. Love him, dislike him, whatever. People still appreciate and respect Bill Walton.
Yeah.
You know,
he was dorky.
He was.
The Celtics gave him a bunch of shit.
You know,
Larry Bird gave him shit every day.
Huh?
Larry Bird gave him shit every day.
Oh yeah. Well, that's a good thing. You know, he probably needed that in life. So, you know, Larry Bird. But yeah, that was game 6. You know, everything went our way, and I think the Sixers they don't know. They just, after game 2, they just kind of put their hands down a little bit and got punched in the face. And then when they went back home for game 5, and you know, a nail biter, just a grind it out in Philly game where you're not getting calls or anything, and you still find a way to win that game.
Yeah.
Come back and close it out at home.
The spectrum was scary, bro.
Yeah, it was, because it was a different. You know what's cool though, Rich? I never ever watched a Blazer game before those playoffs where they wore white uniforms. It was always Jimmy Jones doing Channel 12 Blazer games at either Golden State or Lakers.
Only on the road, right? Never home games.
Yeah. No, actually, Denver wasn't even in the league then.
No, but I was saying there was never home games they showed, only road games.
Home games was always road Reds.
Yeah.
And so to see him in the first round against the Bulls, first round, it was like, okay, this is cool seeing the Coliseum because we've been there, and it's just different atmosphere. Watching on TV, I guess, just to see it differently.
Remember Arlene Schnitzer Auditorium and for simulcast games?
Yeah, it was the old Paramount downtown.
Yeah. That's right, Paramount Theater then. That's right.
Yeah.
They renamed it.
I think it was 20, maybe 1,500 people, I think, could go in there and watch the Blazer game on a big screen. And it was sold out every time. All those playoffs.
That's what.
People were pissed that they couldn't get in there. You know, the Coliseum held about 13,000.
12,666, remember? It was always 12,666.
Yeah, but you know those playoff games had 12,000.
9.
13,000 change.
You know, I just talked to Steve Steele, too. I called him for some Bill Walton memories. That's
another guy. He was there, too.
He was there. That's the first year. Him, Goff, and maybe Gitchell, Hickson, and they had 5 tickets together. Then he went and got his dad an extra ticket because his dad was living in Vancouver, so they never missed a game. But that was the first year they got season tickets. So how propitious that.
Yeah, that's hitting the jackpot right there. Where you got.
They kept them 10 years. They would just, they would trade off who drove. And he never really ran into Walton, but he said there was a tavern out on Sunset Highway, Beaverton, 185th out there that they would see Twardzik and Larry Steele once in a while. Bobby Gross drinking beers after games.
Yeah.
So
remember Bobby Gross? Did you ever, when Bobby Gross came to Portland?
Yeah.
To tell him up. Then we came to tell him up for autograph session.
I do. Did he go? Was it at the high school?
Coast to Coast.
Oh, Coast to. Oh yeah. Okay, I do vaguely remember that.
Yeah, and Billy Ray Bates. 2 years later, probably.
One of my all-time favorites. That little run he had. He was like Jeremy Lin style for a while.
He was. Yeah. Dude. He couldn't figure it out a little bit in the NBA, but he was spectacular when he, got in those grooves.
Thunder jam. Just thunder jam down the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another person Walton was with, Sean Lee.
Yeah.
The
Sean's.
Right now.
Rip City. I'm wearing my Rip City hat that my friend Gibbs gave me in my last trip to Oregon.
Nice.
So.
Those are classic ones. Is it black?
No, it's red and kind of brownish with red back and red lettering.
All right.
It's cool. Okay, well.
Rip City, Rich. That was a special year for us. We're starving for another one. Eventually.
No time soon.
No.
How terrible mismanagement of Damien's career, bro. Can't get him a second guy in 10 seasons.
No, that's a weak effort.
It's crap.
I don't know if they tried or hard enough. They never tried hard.
Never.
Paul George would have been great.
Yep. KD. Who knows? KD. And people say nobody wants to go to Portland, but there's small franchises. What's good about Utah, really, or Milwaukee, or Sacramento?
All right.
Yeah, Portland's fine. There's no excuse.
Remember all those games we used to pencil in as W's that are no longer, Sacramento,
Clippers.
Orlando. Yes, all those teams were like W's, and don't work. Even on the road they were W's, and not anymore. It's
now we're their W.
I'm sick of getting blown out by 50-something points every night.
Yeah.
The last 3 weeks of the season. Go ahead and tank, but at least don't make it obvious. They have.
Yeah.
But anyway, Rich.
Sad.
I know you got to get going on this.
Okay.
Appreciate you getting a shout out to me, bro.
Yeah. I'm gonna call Fitz next.
Okay.
So.
Good. I'm sure Fitz.
I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link if you want to get on YouTube and listen. Oh, you do? Okay. Oh, good.
Plus, I got a hold of Evers too, because he was our age then.
Who?
And I told him he's teaching a class right now.
Who's that?
Evers.
Oh, from Banks?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so, I gave him all the information about your podcast, so he'd give you a shout out.
That'd be awesome.
How long are you gonna be on?
Another 10 minutes.
10 minutes. I took all your time.
No. Yeah, I just I try to do half hour to an hour. That's all.
Okay.
I'm in 25 minutes in, so.
That's right.
No, you did great though. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, it was good as because you were there with me, Spirit. Now, we're gonna miss Big Bill for sure.
Yep.
But a lot of people are. So.
Yep.
All right, my friend.
Okay. Love you, brother. I'll see you in October. Beaver game.
Beaver game. We'll find one for sure.
Yeah. I think Colorado State, the 5th.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yep. Love you, bro. All right.
Love you too.
Aloha.
Bye.
The great Steve Meckers, best athlete out of Tillamook, one of the all times. 4-year letterman, started shortstop his freshman year, started quarterback and point guard his sophomore year through senior year. So 10 out of 12 letters. as a varsity starter. He was dunking, you know, and just dominating. One of my good friends growing up. Now let's get to another guy, see if he's around. This is Mike Fitzsimmons, another Tillamook boy.
Hey, Richie.
Hello, Fitz. Mike Fitzsimmons, you are live. The Spirit of Sports, brought to you by Not Pods. We're talking Bill Walton right now.
Yeah.
And I know you had your family had season tickets, yeah?
Yes.
And
before and after the win, big win.
Yep. So let's go back to 77. I talked to Steve Steele too, Todd's dad. Just right after I talked to you, he had some good stories too. That's the first year he got tickets. Yeah, they got him that year and kept him for 10 years. Yeah. Him and Goff and Hickson and his dad. So let's go back to 77 though. So your story is you got to pick a game, yeah?
I got to what?
You got to pick one game to go to in the finals?
Oh, yeah. My mom goes, which game do you want to go to? And I picked the first one because I thought if they lost, we were done.
Yep.
And
you can't risk game 6.
And then my mom went to the final one with my dad. So it was like, yeah, it was a good run.
Yep. What got a couple Walton memories, or you were a ball boy one game, you said?
Yeah, I won a contest about being a ball boy and got to go and, you know, we had the ball boy kid giddy up on and got to sit right behind the Blazers on the chairs, you know, and then we got to shoot around a little bit at halftime and before the game and shag balls, and it was all fun. And then after the game was over, they said, oh, we'll take you into the locker room. I'm like, okay. So we walked into the locker room and they had cases of Heidelberg beer stacked from floor to ceiling. And I was like, wow. I remember after the game telling my dad, I didn't know they drank beer.
Heidelberg. That was my grandpa Bob's beer. I used to suck the foam off the top. Oh, man. That is funny.
Yeah. So
bigger than life. Blazer Mania.
Yeah.
Took over.
Walton, you know, he was always great with his tie-dyed and ponytails and all that. And, you know, a lot of people from Oregon didn't understand that quite yet. He was like this outcast that could play ball, though.
Yep. I think he won over the Hearts.
Yeah. He was mellow enough that everybody liked him and was good. But of course, everybody thought he smoked pot and everything else. But oh well, I mean, still played good basketball.
Yeah. If he just eat a steak or two.
Yeah, he was a good one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just him winning the championship, and then the next year I think they went like 50-10.
50-10. He was averaging 19 points and 19 boards, MVP. 19 rebounds a game, bro.
Yeah, that's Rodman numbers.
Yep.
It was scoring even.
Yep. We would have beat Seattle and we would have beat the Bullets, I think. That's who was in the final. I think they could have been a mini dynasty if he stayed healthy and had trust in the Blazers. They did him wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. They always kind of blame the trainers and medical staff, but who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, they just had bad feet or what, but
my friend's M&M's screwed him.
Yeah.
Senior year in high school, man. First real injury and just downhill from there. We kind of laugh about it. I wish I had a chance to ask him if he remembered that.
But, he was good.
Yeah. Steve Steele loves me, like greatest player ever, college and pro. Just the way he played, you know, rebound, outlet, run the court.
You
free
know, I
throw
can still
line.
remember as a kid watching some of those outlet passes, and he could grab a rebound and turn around and throw that ball halfway down the court with his feet not even hitting the floor yet.
Yeah.
He was that good.
Yep. And the backdoor cuts.
I'll tell you a good one. He partially blocked. Remember David Thompson from the Nuggets?
Yep.
Okay. Could jump over like a 4-foot kid.
Yep.
But he went up for a dunk, and Walton got his hand on it, and he came down and pulled the rim down and shattered the backboard. First time I'd ever seen that in Portland. And me and Brian Hickson were at the game, and my dad and Dennis Hickson were at the other seats, and we were just like, wow, did you just see that?
No way. Shattered backboard in the Coliseum?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I do not remember that.
Took him like a half hour to get the thing pulled down, one out of the back room, and get it back up there, and play resumes. But,
so Walton had his hand on it, and he still just dunked on him?
Yeah, well, he just caught the side of it just enough so Robinson pulled down on the rim instead, or ball in the rim instead of just getting it through.
Right.
So,
wow. That's like Daryl Dawkins. He had a couple.
Mm-hmm.
Chocolate Thunder.
Yeah.
That is cool, bro.
Yeah. And then just, when we were so young back then, you could go down to the floor before the game and, stand on the edge of the court while they're shooting baskets.
Right.
And have any of these problems we have now. I mean, it was all just fun and games, and go down there, and you got a 7-footer right next to you, and like you say, you're 4'1.5" at the time.
Yeah. No.
Just looking up like, wow.
In awe, yeah, it is. Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, hero status. Yeah. Well, thanks for taking some time out of your day, brother Mike Fitzsimmons, for all your insurance needs in Tillamook, Oregon. Check out my boy Mike Fitz. Yep, you got a plug for free. Nice. One day that'll cost you, but for now it's free.
First one's free always, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, just like crack, baby. All right. Well, love you, bro. October probably. There's Beavers play Colorado State on the 5th, maybe that game.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, okay. I'll be in town with the kids, so love to see you.
Yeah, okay, yeah, stop by.
Yeah, I will.
Or see at the game too, maybe.
Yeah. Try to plan on that if can. That or the Ducks and Purdue, I could come to both maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to see ass lickings though. I'm nervous.
I know.
10 more guys left the portal after the spring game. Martinez and shit, and the new coach is like hard ass or something.
I don't know what the deal is.
It's nightmare. It's what the deal is. Nightmare. But not on Bill Walton Day.
Nope.
Okay. Love you, bro. We'll talk soon.
Right, talk to you later.
Thanks for all your support. Bye. Okay. Aloha. There you have it, from the mouths of babes. The people that lived it, me, Meckers, Fitzsimmons. Todd Steele was there, another great story. So his dad that I talked to, Steve, they had season tickets, but they're all going. They ain't bringing the kid. But all of a sudden the neighbor calls up and said, "Hey, Todd, he's in 4th grade. We have an extra ticket. You want to go to the Blazers game 6? Are you kidding me?" So apparently the lady knew Twardzik or something. And so after the game, they bum rushed the court, and she was going to go get Twardzik's shoes, and he gets lost, and he's in the hallway going to, he never saw Walton because Walton was pretty much naked. Like they stripped him on the court, but he was there in the hallway to the locker rooms. And I guess Daryl Dawkins, Doug Collins, Dr. J just walked right by him. He's like waist level looking up, and he's lost because his neighbor lady went into the locker room to get Twardzik shoes or something. And the security guards go, "What are you doing here?" He's, "Oh, my auntie's in there. I don't know." Kind of freaking out. So, but Todd was at that game 6, our only championship. So Bill Walton, thank you so much. Rest in peace. This is the Bill Walton tribute show. I'm going to sign off with one more little Walton-esque quote. If you can hear it, I'm going to play this little quote. I'm going to say goodbye, ahui ho, and aloha.
I think of being remembered. I learned from yesterday. I dream about tomorrow. But I try to make today my masterpiece. Try my best to be better, to do better, and to do more. I'm the luckiest guy in the world.
Luckiest guy in the world. Bill Walton. Rest in peace. Aloha.